I'm a quick guy, but anyway, I'm not even ready. Hello. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone has a lovely day. Okay, so I wanted some natural light to come in today. I should probably take off my glasses, right? So you can actually see me. So, yes, I know, I'm gross. I haven't showered yet. I just went to sleep last night. I was too tired, and all the clothes are packed. So, after this, I'm going to get in the shower. And I have like one pair of clean underwear. So, one clean pair of pants left. So, I'm going to shower, put those on, change, wash some clothes. I don't even know where they are. And I was way too tired to look for them last night. So, coming on a little bit earlier today. And I guess the topic of what I kind of want to talk about first is like, at what point does a tool become a crutch? Hello, Miyoshi. Good morning. I can barely. You're listening while you're doing something. If you don't reply, okay. Thank you for letting me know. So today, I don't think I'm going to do the whole video in this accent, but we're going to start out this way. I'm trying to see the top chat. Trying to pop up the chat so I can move them to the left side of the screen. Because right now, I have this natural light coming in, right? And it's very difficult for me to actually see the right side of my screen. So I'm going to do this so I can see myself, and then I have the chats over here, which is lovely. Okay, so yeah, let me shrink this a little bit so I can pop this out a little bit. Oh, go. It's way too. Let me move this a little closer, pop this up a little bit more. The setup is not any better at home. At home, I actually kind of sort of have less space than I do in my other place. There we go. And then I'll drag this up here. Excuse me. There we go. So thank you for being here, Miyoshi. So yeah, at what point does a tool become a crutch? And I bring that up because today, for some reason, I had a feeling like I was going to tell my mom everything that I've been through in this year. And I tried to break it down. I've had a few different categories of growth or like areas. And it started, I guess I'm not necessarily going to go through the whole gamut of what those were, but it started in last November with that week of 2+ hour meditation. Well, it was an hour and a half plus, because there were some days where I did only do an hour and a half. So I'm not going to say 2+ like I did, a minimum of 2 every day. But an hour and a half plus that week of hour and a half plus meditation in very early November. Then my trip to London, which was my first trip out of the country. Hola, Mayra. Buenos dias. Right? It's still morning over there, right? Oh, it's almost 2 o'clock. Buenos tardes. Almost. Because it's 14 here, which is 2. So it's about noon over there. Last text I sent you, I fell asleep. The one where you said hi? I've been talking to my mom for a good minute. Is it really like 2 o'clock? Oh, let me see. I'm trying to see. Well, hold on. There's a time on this. So yeah, that was about 11 o'clock. So we talked for a good few hours. Wow. And some stuff came up. I talked about everything, about this whole journey I've been on, about I told her that I read cards, and she wasn't a fan. Isn't a fan. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not even like that bad. Like they just get a bad rap. And she was like, but then she told me that like I don't even need them. And I was like, wow. So which is why I'm asking or I'm proposing, like, when does a tool become a crutch? And I guess when you don't really need it might be the answer. But I was like, like, because she was like, you've always sort of had this wisdom about you. in this data bank that you've pulled from. And I was like, yeah, true, but the cards like help me focus it, or they give me a place to start. And I'm trying, especially right now, I'm trying to be a lot less Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius fixed because I have placements in all of those signs, and my Chiron is in Leo. So I just get stuck. I'm just all the way stuck when it comes to anything fire and fixed. Um, wow. And like the breakdown for that just popped up in my head. I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. But yeah, she was like, and she was like, I know this because you're my son. And like, ever since you've been very young, like, I haven't had to give you the complete story. I haven't had to give you anything. But there would be times when you would say, like, it could be something as few or something as little as a word or two words that you would speak to me. And I would know exactly what that meant for me. And like, you weren't using cards then, so you don't need cards now. And um, I was like, wow, true. Because last night, I don't know, for some reason, after I got off, or I woke up at like 2 in the morning, and I was just like, I don't know if, like, I don't know how long I'm going to be pulling cards, if that makes sense. And it kind of just like hit me. And it's weird that it hit me now because, like, now I have all this time, right? Or I have a lot more time now that I'm not in school. And before I was like, man, I wish I had more time to like pull cards and to like get into this and get into that. And now that I have the time, I'm just kind of like, is this something that I want to do? And then I had a chat with one of my friends um, when I was sort of like, I was watching back some of the videos that I have, some of the like private ones, watching for I don't know what, but I just felt like, I don't know, maybe there's something I'll see or something I'll hear myself say that I need to hear right now. Um, so I was up and I was in a more like meditative, reflective, introspective, searching type of mode. And then I had a chat with one of my friends, and I was like, wow, like, I feel like in some ways, and I know like y'all tell me all the time that, like, the readings hit and that they resonate. And I don't know if it's how my chart is set up or if it's like a it's almost like an ego sabotage mechanism where I still don't, it's not that I don't believe y'all, but it's like, I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, it keeps me from getting a big head. So maybe I shouldn't like question it too much. But I think I should because I need to know the value of what I do, right? It's the Pisces. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's like I need to know the value of what I do. And so there is a certain amount of it that I need to appreciate, but I don't need to hold it in such high regard or think that I am so special, gifted, extra that it then like I feel like it puts me on a type of pedestal in a way. Like, y'all know what I'm trying to say? Always so much self-doubt. Right. But and then I was talking to her and I was um like it's a sport. um what was this? I'm still a little tired and my brain today is just like all over the place, kinda. but I feel like there's a lot of wisdom that I'm getting from her right now. And so I'm trying to be open to it and trying not to do that thing I do where I like listen, but I don't really. It's like I listen for the perspective and for the opinion, but I don't listen with the intention of necessarily changing anything. And so I'm trying to be a lot more open right now. And, like she said, and it's kind of true. And I don't want to say like I've channeled since the day I was born or whatever, but I kind of have. And that's why I feel like for me, I separate intuition from knowing. But we're Astro Project. What? Oh, astral projecting? Is that what you're talking about? I was talking about my friend. Oh yeah. Who that? That might be my cell. I just got a Snapchat from somebody that I haven't gotten a snap from in a long time. And I'm like we've talked, but not snaps. Um I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little discombobulated and all over the place because there's like a lot of thoughts, but there's also like this silence. I feel like there's like almost this silence or this stillness or this void that is just like sucking all of my thoughts in right now. So it's very hard for me to like keep a thought. Um, and that's why like I was like earlier, I was like, "Hey mom, like can we talk?" And she was like, "What? Did we ain't talking enough yesterday?" Or like, "You ain't? Why didn't you say it yesterday?" When on the ride home, but I was just like, I don't know, it didn't come to my mind then. And then I get her and we sit down. And I'm like, I don't even remember what I was about to talk about. So I came back here to my room to grab something, and then I was just like, oh, I kind of remember. I'm like you as well. About the thoughts or not keeping a thought? Like in what way, Myra? I wish this would like open, you know? Discombobulated. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know if like especially today, I'm just like, what is going on? And even last night, I get a feeling that like and it's very like last minute shifty type of feeling. Cause I don't know where this came from. Like I literally a few days ago, I'm like, oh, like I want to start utilizing my channel. And then I've entertained the idea of building it. And like kind of sort of like the only reason why I really want to build it is just so that like I love y'all's, but so I can get like some new energy in here, just so like I can see so I can more test question mark the limit of what I can do or explore what I can so I can more explore what I can do, right? Because I feel like it's very easy for me to like if I'm pulling for somebody who like y'all and I'm already oh snap, good morning, Chad. Or afternoon, good afternoon. Hello, welcome. That's not Miyoshi, leave me alone. It's just like when it comes to people that are already like y'all are people who I've read for and I feel comfortable pulling for y'all. So like there's very, very, very rarely a time where y'all ask me for something and I pull and I feel like I can't get it. Now like the one time Chad asked me to pull it for Trevor, and then when Clarinda asked me to pull for someone, then it's like, oh, like that's someone I haven't pulled for. That's an energy that I haven't interacted with. I don't know how I'm gonna handle that or if I'll be able to do that. And so that's sort of what I mean by like getting fresh energy in here, just to like see what I can do, Um, we're oh y'all ain't oh okay, thank you, Miyoshi, because I know y'all just giving me a hard time, but can I get a break? um, trying to make light of Mondays. This is a good Monday over here. I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't working yet, so Test them skills, right? How are you? I'm overall really good. I'm just in a very interesting space. Um, and so I started. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, can you? I don't want to rush you, my guy, but can you finish that up? Work on the paper. Okay, I won't address you directly. So hopefully you can like I don't know if you can multitask with this one if you want to listen in. But if you're taking a break, then hey, take a break. I don't want to be a bad influence right now. You're back and forth in and out the house. Okay, all right. But I don't know. I'm feeling a little wonky, discombobulated, off. I'm feeling a very sharp. I feel like I'm coming up on a very sharp turn because what I feel like doing now, like last night, I woke up at like 2 in the morning, and see that's why I didn't want to go to bed super early because I knew I would do that. Um, but I was just like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep pulling cards. I don't know like what I want to do. And it's like now that I have all this free time, all this time that I wanted that I could focus on that, it's like, do I even want to do that? Um, so that's sort of what I'm talking about. And it's this question of like when does a tool become a crutch, right? Because I for Chad, I said I wouldn't address you directly. But for anyone who came in a little later, that's the question. When does a tool become a crutch? Because I told my mom like everything about the different phases of growth and the different areas that I've healed this year in the past 13 months. Because it was about last November and it's December now. And how like there were blocks and how some of the blocks overlapped, but like there was my health that I had to like that's been a running thing. And then there was like getting closer to family, and there was getting closer to people in general. There was healing a lot of the dating anxiety and the relationship anxiety and stuff like that. There was like learning to reach out for help. There was a part that was like me learning how to utilize and manage resources at my disposal and ways to overcome the environment or situations. So all of these like different blocks that I've really had to put together and re-put together and re-put together over the course of the semester as stuff was just like kind of falling apart. Um, but like, she doesn't necessarily approve of the cards. And she was like, you don't even need them. This is going back. So I'm repeating this part for anyone. Like I might leave this one up. I'm probably going to leave this one up. So, disclaimer, this one is staying up. So don't say nothing that y'all want to stay it. You're no longer going to be listening to any tarot readings besides them being focused on what the shifts, alignments, if that's related to relationships or anything else, you're good. Yes, Miyoshi, it's so funny that you say that because I've also like really hit that point where I'm like, whenever I watch too many, I'm like, I need to stop and I need to go out and actually live my life because I don't. Yes, and I didn't want to, friend who I was talking to last night said the same thing, and I was like, also in that space of like, it's so Heart of Inspiration, someone who one of the first people I followed on here. She's been saying at least since July or June that it's time for us to be like spirit led, right? And I think it's so much of that. Like the reason why we build up these things within ourselves is so that we can have that as we go throughout life. It's not so that we have to constantly like refer to a card or refer to a reading or get a reading. Like, because that's part of giving someone else our power. We're supposed to be internalizing all of that, connecting with all of that, trusting all of that, so that as we go forward, like, and she also said, we're like living at the speed of spirit or something like that. But that's like, it's kind of it. Because when you have that established and when you trust it and when you've exercised it, flexed it, built it up so you can use it, like, you don't have to go to someone else and have someone else pull cards for you. Like there'll probably be situations like there are times I know when I'm too close to something, That like if I try to pull cards for myself, I'm going to project onto it. And so I don't like I might go to somebody else, like in that case, right? But in general, yeah. In general, that's what we need to be doing is building ourselves up and like doing that so that when something happens, it's that like nearly immediate, not nearly immediate, it's that immediate like feedback. It's that immediate response. It's that this isn't right or this is right or go here or like that or like, because the speed of a thought and honestly, it could be quicker than that. But as humans, it's the speed of a thought. That's how quick sometimes we're going to need to move. And so maybe that's why a lot of things are like shaking up right now because it's like shaking loose all of these attachments and all of this like it's shaking us loose so that we can more fully Oof. There's like this picture in my head. I feel like y'all know where I'm getting, but for the folks who don't, because I will leave this up, it's like it's shaking it all loose so that that can come in and fill in the gaps and that can come in and fill in the cracks. And it's supposed to get us to a point where we don't need for those gaps and cracks to be filled. Like with the card of the back of the chariot that I kept pulling from Yoshi. It's like the road ahead is forming under our feet. And so if you're going to have to stop and wait and go to someone else for a reading, wait for someone else to be live, wait to hear a word from someone else that may or may not resonate with your specific situation. Because then it's like, depending on who you go to, there's always going to be a limit or a limiter on like what they can receive and interpret and then relay and how they receive and interpret and relay information that you're looking for specifically. That's why when it comes to some questions that I have, like there are some people that I won't take it to just because the nature of the question and the depth of the response that I'm looking for, like I have to go to specific people and I have to like feel that okay, they can really because like when I I like to go like real deep. Like where does my soul come? Not where does it come from, but like what are aspects of that? And how am I supposed to use that in this life? And I don't want like a generic, like I don't know. It's weird. It's not weird, it's just very specific. Um, if I get readings, it'll be focused on finances, and if you are not really having difficulties breaking a dream down, yeah. And so I feel like there are some things like that where, like, I'm not gonna say that we shouldn't ever go out and get readings, but it's like let's be a little more independent, or a lot more, honestly. Let's be a lot more independent, and let's be a lot more connected to ourselves, and through ourselves connected to everything else. Let's internalize and bring all of that in. Let's take our power back and just stop handing it out to other people. And that's the point of what we're supposed to be doing, right? Girl, bye. What you say? The love of your life is around the corner, Myra. Honestly, though, I feel like mine is, but it's not gonna come, and I don't even want it if I'm like at this point, I don't really care. And I feel like there used to be a part of me that was like, well, if I don't care too much, then it won't happen. But at this point, there's just like so much of my own life that I haven't even lived yet. That like before I try to involve someone else, maybe I should like, live more of mine. Um, and I feel like I am more in a space now where I'm not looking for someone to complement or complete me in ways that I feel like I'm lacking. Like when I brought up, I think I made the video private. I can't remember if that's a private video or a public video. One second. Yeah. Yeah, Miyoshi. And like that's why I didn't even approach relationships for a very long time, because I just knew that like I was not in a space. I was not in a space, in a place, in a frame to receive it, and not to like receive it and like really be in it. Um yes, I'm loving this conversation right now. Okay, so we're all on the same page right now in here, which I love. Um but I can't remember if it was on the video that I made private. It might have been. It might not have been. No, I don't think it was. But like, I feel like there's always someone who I've been looking for to like, not complete, but like compliment me in some way. And it's like, no, oh, now my right eye is starting to twitch. And it's like, no, like that's stuff that I need to learn and do and be in and of myself. Because I am not like high key. If I'm being flat out honest, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. And I'm never going to need anybody. And I don't want to be with anybody that I need. Like the people who are in my life because I want them. And the person who comes in my life, I want them to be in my life because they want me. I don't want them to need me, because then it's like, first of all, like you would be a partner, not a child. I ain't got no kids right now. I ain't got no responsibilities. And I'm not looking for a responsibility. Like I would love so much to build and to be there for, like, in a support way, in a complimentary way, in a way where we individually come together and resonate higher because of the matching of the frequencies. Then that's one thing. But if we're just like covering, like when you're doing this, when you're filling each other's gaps, like you stay flat, right? And like I'm not looking for like no flat, really slow, like I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for like whole and whole. It's like when two tectonic plates come together and they crack and it presses it up, right? That's what I'm looking for. I ain't looking for this. Like what? No, I'm good. I'm good. And I had to reach a point like talking to my mom yesterday where I'm like, you know what? The things that I've been looking for and going after, like they're not even things that I actually truly like want, right? And so I'm glad we had that talk. Um, Myra. Yeah, but like when it comes to that, I just feel like the person who comes into that space, they will bring more space, or they bring their own space. They bring their own space. So they don't take up and occupy yours, right? And it's like they bring so much space that it's like almost like that breath of fresh air or that relief, because there's like, it's not like you're moving someone all into like you're not trying to cram them into your space, and they're not trying to cram you into you're not trying to cram them into your space, and they're not trying to cram you into theirs. It's like this merging of spaces so that they get bigger, instead of like this merging of spaces and then like towards the edge they like crumple together, like that, and then they get smaller where you're trying to like, it's like that, like a bubble, two bubbles coming together and then they get bigger and then they expand. Like that's expansion. That's what I'm looking for. Expansion. Like that's what my soul is about. And like honestly, right? Like high key though. Like that's exactly right. I mean, like for some people they do like feeling needed. And for some people, this isn't something that's going to resonate for and everybody. I'm speaking for me, myself, my soul, and what I want. I don't want to be needed. and I don't want someone to need me. I want to be wanted, and I want to want the person. Because, like, I don't know, if it's a necessity, if I feel like a need or a necessity, then I'm like, do you even like me? Or am I like useful? Like, am I a person or a tool to you? Like, high key. Like, am I a person or a tool? Because you know what happens to tools after they serve their purpose? They sit in a drawer in a box forever. And then you only think about it when you need something. And that's when, like, you'll be the necessity, and then they'll start to, like, looking at stuff that they actually want. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the time, energy, or patience for it. Yeah. And I feel like that's in some of the readings. Oh, I'm not even going to go there. Never mind. Retract that statement. Retracted. It's just that, like, you can build off of a necessitatious. You can build off of something where two people need each other. But what happens when or if you lose that person and they're no longer there to fulfill all of the areas that you needed them to fulfill, or B, you reach a sense of fulfillment and you're still with that person. So it's like if you're with someone for money, if someone is with someone for money and then they come into their own money, then it's like, well, I don't really need your money anymore. So, like, I'm gonna go. Right? Like, I don't have time for that to go, but I'm fine with this. This might just be a chat. What day is it? Monday. This will be the Monday meandering Mondays, where we just like talk, and wherever we're supposed to go, eventually we get there. Right, Myra? Amen. Let's I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm liking this. I'm really liking this conversation. Because I kind of sort of didn't want to pull cards, but I was ready to pull them out of the box. I might still pull the astrologies low key. But honestly, after all of this, I might not. Like, I don't think I will. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. But today, I'm just like, because I was talking to my mom, and she was like, you've done this basically all your life, and you've never needed cards before. And I was like, I guess you're right. I don't know. Sometimes you just know. Talking is good. Yes. Okay. Well, I guess, like, we've pretty much all already said we're over the readings anyways. If you want a reading, there are plenty of channels on YouTube that do that. Go find one of them. Today we're just taking it easy. Because maybe this is the vibe for today. It was like a lot of like releasing our attachments to other people. A lot of looking at, analyzing, finding, seeing, questioning, evaluating, analyzing our own pitfalls and where we fall in our ego. In whatever flavor that ego is. It could be pride, we can dip into envy and jealousy. Ego could also be a host of self-limiting beliefs that keeps us stuck and feeling like we need other people. Ego could be feeling needed by other people. And so, there might be times when we can help someone a lot more than what we actually help them, because we feel or fear if we help them too much, then they won't need us anymore. Um, and I think I might have kind of sort of just like read myself on that last one, because I was like, wow, because I used to have an issue. with like, people would come to me when they need something, and then I would help them out, and then they'd be gone, and I'd only hear from them when they need something from me. And like, I would never help them partially. It's either like I help them or I don't. But it's like, wow, like you really only come to me when you need something, really. But that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. It's like we're putting all of that stuff away, and we're coming into ourselves, and we're getting more connected in ourselves. And like, that's the navigation system that we're going to need to get to all of the rest stops, hot spots, tourist spots, destination spots on the way to our blessings. Right. And it sort of goes back to, I don't know when I did that. There's like a mess of points. There's a whole constellation of stars in the sky on the roadmap that is our lives. And we like to go from where we start to where we need to go. Very like linear. But then when we're taking on paths that go like this, we think it's misdirection, and we think it's stuck, and we think it's lost. But it's really like us picking up all of these things that we're going to need along the way, all of these pieces of the puzzle, so that when we make it to our destination, we actually know how to utilize, work with, appreciate the thing that we're working towards, right? It's like, this example just popped into my head, so this is not specific at all. But it's like, like buying a car before you know how to drive. You can't necessarily call someone and be like, "Hey, can you come set up my car so I know how to drive it?" And it's like, no. Like a TV, yeah. You can set up a TV, you can set up the internet, you can set up the Wi-Fi, but like, this is something that you're going to have to do. This is a mode of action. It's a way of being. People can't teach you how to be. Like, you have to test drive that for yourself, and you have to learn it yourself, and you have to get certified within yourself and not within somebody else. Maybe that's another reason why I'm not gonna, well, no. But in general, if that part resonates, like, you don't need validation from other people. Like, it's time for us to leave all of that behind, because to get where we're going, we just need to be like trusting, knowing, and then boom. Okay. Right? Myra is full of wisdom. High key. Monday midday snack. Now I'm hungry, Miyoshi. I'm just playing. Let's catch up. When you randomly pulled cards and told me about where my focus was going and doesn't need to anymore. Oh, okay. See, Myra, she a beast with the cards too. Ow. Oh, wow. When did that happen? Y'all ever get like a toenail that just like, I thought I just heard a Discord notification. Do I have Discord up on my laptop? Um, oof, oof. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I just lost a toenail. It was like hanging off. I was like, whoa, when did that happen? But it's good. I thought it was going back down to the meat. Um, but yeah, so like, when does a tool become a crutch? That's the question. That's what I keep asking myself. Like, when does a tool become a crutch? And I also told her that like, now I'm feeling responsible for saying the things that I know I need to say, because I'm observant. I might be like absent minded and a bit of a space cadet and like always in my head and like daydreaming. But when it comes to people, like, I observe and I see and I know. And I usually don't say anything. I just like sit back and I'm like, you know what? That's not my life. Not my life, not my responsibility, not my problem. But now I'm getting a feeling like it's time for me to start saying stuff. And I'm not responsible for how it's received or how it's interpreted. But I feel like I am responsible for saying something if I see something. So, um, and I feel like that's in no small way due to the potential of the impact that I've been able to see that I have. And because my heart is more open now. So, I'm a little less like, that's not my business. A dream channeling video. Oh, snap. Oh, ow. Water Baby Terror. I saw her one video where she was like going in on some Pisces because I watch Iman, the Sacred Empath. I've seen a few of her videos and I really like her. She has a lot of Aquarius in her chart and a Pisces Aquarius combination. That's like a combination. That's a combination that I didn't know I would really love in a person, and I really do. I love Pisces Aquarius, like, because it is just like out there. um, but there was like a Water Baby tarot video that she said, like, if you're a Pisces, like, go watch that because she ripped me a new one, and I was like, oh well, she ain't really ripped that one for me, but I can see like it's very like the stuff that she was like tapping into. I'm like, wow, that is very heavy. But I might have to check that out. Did you post it in the Discord? But yeah, it's really been 41 minutes. Wow. Is there anything else that we need to talk about, or is this it for today? I don't even know if I've ever really gotten to the question or really gotten to what I want to say. And I watched some of my videos back, and I'm like, because there's a whole conversation that's going on in my head, and sometimes I don't say anything. But I'll have that conversation and it'll take me to another point and I'll just talk about that point. And then I was like, wait, I never talked about how I got there. Not that it's always necessary, but you know. No, you will though. Okay, nice. Um so yeah, like I don't know. I feel like it's a very sudden shift in direction from where I was going. But at this point, like I'm not gonna question it. I was like, first I was just like, this is weird because this is like I was really excited to like get into the cards, right? I was like, well, I want to start doing personals, but now I'm just like, not to say that I won't ever, but at least for now, I'm gonna chill on it. Um, and I think I won't ramble too long. I kind of do want to like go back and retitle my videos just so that like um for some of them like if I do have a general whatever. But it's kind of like the time has already passed, so maybe not. Maybe going forward, I don't know. 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 I don't. I don't know. Ooh, what are those eyes for, Miyoshi? What's going on? um, there's something else that I kind of wanted to talk about, but it's my brain just like sucked the thought up, like, and I was like, oh well, guess not. I kind of have a feeling like there's something else I'm supposed to say, but I don't know what it is. So I might just shut this down anyway. I don't really want to leave too many pauses in here. Oh, me trying to figure out what I want to do with the videos. Okay. Yeah, because it's like, it's not that it's old energy necessarily. I think it's time to expand a little bit. And I think I'm trying to, it's like I feel like I know that I'm supposed to now go into this period of expansion. Now that I'm comfortable where I am. Um, And now that I'm comfortable with expanding, now that I can say that my name is Patrick on my own channel and not be so uncomfortable being seen, and now that I can more authentically share the perspectives and opinions that I hold and the things that I see for me personally, that, hey, if they resonate with you, then that's great. Like, but if they don't, then that's also fine. Um, Kind of like, Chad was saying on his live, now that I'm really comfortable with everything, like now it's time to expand. And so I think maybe that's why I'm kind of like, how do I want to do that? Because it's like, I don't want to be needed. Right? My soul doesn't want to be needed. Like, I feel like there's a lot of good that I can do, but it's almost like on some level I wish I didn't have to make the impact that I have to make. And I think for a long time, like even sometimes when I would pull cards, like I would be like, there would be some things that I would see and I was like, I wish that this wasn't something that I'd have to say. And sometimes it'd be like, I wish that this wasn't I wish that this situation, like I wish that this didn't resonate because it seems so heavy. Right. But if that's what's happening, then that's what's happening. So you got to speak on it. Not speaking on it isn't going to make it go away, especially if it's someone else in a place and in a space. Like you not speaking on someone else being in that place isn't going to keep them from being in that place. That's just going to prevent you from helping them get out of that place. Excuse me. Thank you, Miyoshi. I really did, didn't I? And it's in no, like, and that's why every time I come on here, I thank y'all so much. And I thank Chad. I thank everyone who's come on here, even the people that I don't necessarily speak to right now, or even the people who I don't necessarily see it for right now. I still thank them. I thank everyone I've met this year, the good and the bad, because it's all grown me and it's all gotten me comfortable. And I can sit in this place of authenticity and power that I just did not expect or see, or like, I don't know, I'm more comfortable just like being like, this is what it is. This is who I am. You ain't gotta like me. And I'm not gonna stress about you liking me either. Like, there's people I don't like, and there's people who ain't gonna like me. I'm cool either way. But if I feel like I need to say something, I'm gonna say it. Right. And then not one of those like I'm always trying to like butt in and give my opinion where it's not needed or necessary. But it's like, hey, I see that there's a little bit of advice you might like or want or need in this situation, and I'm gonna give it and then keep on moving. You can listen if you want, you can listen if you don't want, or you can don't listen if you want. You can not listen if you don't want. But I'm gonna just say my piece because I feel like I have to. And then I might keep it moving. So thank you. It's in no small part to all of y'all that I can now feel comfortable. So yes, Queen. Is this me? Am I really doing this? That I don't even know where that came from, Miyoshi. And I'm so like I don't apologize, but I am so sorry for that because I was kind of just like going for it, and I didn't even like take a second to like stop back and be like, whoa, like, am I going too far right now? Am I saying too much? Like, these cars just keep coming out and I'm just going with it. Cause I don't know, I kind of like really stepped back in that point and I was like, you know what? I feel like there's some stuff I need to say, so I'm gonna say it without that filter. Like, that's one of the filters that, people can put on things without that filter that, like, this is something that I'm not necessarily comfortable saying to this person. I'm not comfortable being this direct or blunt even if this is something that that person needs to hear right now. So I'm not going to say it. And so I'm going to cheat that person out of their healing in a way. And I'm glad I just said it that way because now I definitely know that I don't need to do that anymore. Um, okay. But there was just like, there was that point in time. There was just that point in time where all of that foolishness went down, where I feel like there were some people, like quite a few people who just like got it from me. And I was just very like cut and dry and like this is what it is and this ain't my fault. That's just what I see. Sorry. Um but yeah, it's like now that I'm comfortable with that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Now I think I might have said everything I need to say in a way. I feel like there was somewhere else I was gonna go, but I don't remember. I don't remember. You had no filter and you were brutally honest and blunt with both of you. I was brutally honest and blunt with the both of you. I don't know where that Z came from. But you were, Myra, and I appreciate it. Because I need friends like that. I high key do. Like, especially when I know it's coming from a good place. Like some people like to be brutally honest and blunt just for the sake of being brutally honest and blunt, and like they kind of like to be like, "Well, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling." And it's like, okay, but there's a difference between like telling the truth just to tell the truth and telling the truth from a place of love to see someone grow. It's like the difference between criticism and constructive criticism. Like you're very constructive, Myra, and not just criticizing, so it's fine. Yeah, same, Yoshi. Like my soul is all about growth. Show me where I'm lacking so I can do better, so I can grow. Like that's what I want. I don't want people to tell me stuff I already know. Like show me where to grow. Like that when I want to read in, I'm looking to grow something, right? Okay, where am I? Where am I? What am I doing? What am I doing? And I don't know. I feel like cards help to focus though, because I feel like I'd be like all over the place. Right? I feel like I would be all over the place if I didn't have them. And so I tell my mom, I was like, yeah, but they like help me focus and they help me like hone in and like they give me a little brief introduction or point me in the direction of the wisdom that I'm supposed to share. Um, but I guess it's also interesting because I feel like for a while, like all my life, I feel like I've always looked at things a lot deeper than other people seem to. And I feel like I've always been fairly mature. And maybe it's because I'm old. So I guess if we're really going there right now, okay, wait. You're a place of love, even though in the past you could be a bit harsh with it. We all evolve. See, like I feel like though, like when it really comes to it, you can even if you don't accept it, like you know when somebody is right, and you know when they're calling you out on something that you need to fix, right? Because there was one person who was extremely blunt, and she called me out on something, and I was almost in tears. I was like that, Jeff, that. Right? That's one of my favorite ones. That's probably my favorite. That because I feel like I have those moments all the time. Um, old soul kid at heart, a bit kooky but old. Who was? Wait. Also kooky but old. Also, like I feel like there's old souls. Honestly, I feel like an ancient soul sometimes, and it's so weird because like when I first started those meditations a long time ago, I got this affirmation mantra, and it was just like so ancient, and I feel like that's kind of like when I think about not being here. It's just like it's not that it's boring, but I feel like my soul has kind of done a lot of what it wants to do. And when you come here, you like forget everything. So you get to do everything over again. You get to like learn stuff for the first time. And I'm a learner. I love learning and growing so much. Like that is what drives me. And like, when you're just a soul or when you're just a spirit or when you're already connected to everything that there is, like you don't really get to experience that growth. And so that's why I'm like, if I had to come down here, I would come down here again because I love it. I love the growth, sis. Yes, that's what I'm about. Learning, yes. Like you come down here, you forget everything, you pick everything up from scratch, no manuals, no books. Like there are books and manuals, for some folks. But even then, you still have to connect with the material in a way that, whatever. Um, yeah. The Yoshi, I would come down here stranded. I'm like, you know what? I'll figure it out. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some really, 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 really old souls on this planet right now. And it might be kind of weird and arrogant for me to claim that I'm one of them, but I feel like after all of the bad I've been through in this life, after coming out of that, I'm just enjoying it way too much. I'm just like, wow, that was fun. That sucked, but it's fun. Like the growth. Like it's like I don't know. I feel like I don't get to do this when I'm not down here. Is that weird? I'm probably weird. I'm okay with that. I've always been weird, and I've always been okay with that. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone's gonna like me. Not everyone is for me. And likewise, everyone, y'all ain't all for me either. Okay. All right. I think I'm at 57 and a half. I'm going to shut this down. I didn't pull a single card and I went for almost a whole hour. And my laptop is on right now and Discord is on my laptop. So I can hear the notifications on my laptop, but I do not see them on my phone. So I don't know what y'all's talking about. Good to be unique. Yes. I should have been more Aquarius in this life. Well, my Saturn is in Aquarius and it's a pretty strong Saturn. So I'm Aquarian enough. Hmm. I was gonna say like if you come back like next time, what placements do you want? But I'm just playing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down now, unless there's something else. I don't think there really is anything else for me to say now. I feel like I've said everything. I kind of want to unpack some stuff. I want to start applying for jobs. I do really want to just like sit and meditate today because I haven't really meditated in a while. There's some snow on the ground, so maybe I'll go outside. I'm not gonna put my feet in the and on the ground with it being like snow out there because I ain't trying to lose toes, but I will just go out and breathe in the air, you know. So yeah, thank you again. You want Libra? Libra and 13, you're Aquarius. True. I'm an Aquarius and Vedic. Yep, yep, yep. Get back in the groove. Amen. Think I'll go ground. I'm definitely gonna go ground. And then I'm definitely gonna clear some stuff out and declutter and start throwing some stuff away. There's some stuff I moved in with in 2011. A few things that I still have. I'm like, why? It's gone. Or let me close this window so the chats go back, and I'll max this window so I can end this live. Thank y'all again for being here. If you've enjoyed this video, then thank you. I don't know if anybody will watch it this long who wasn't here live, but if you do, thanks. Like, wow, I'm impressed. Good on you. No cards today. You are the deck that you need. You are every star in the sky. All of the guidance that you need is already within you. It's been there literally the whole time. Literally the whole time. Tap into it, use it, utilize it. Goodness, like people, come on, live. Let's live our lives and not need cards for everything. Can we do that? Can everyone promise me that they'll make at least one decision today that they don't have to go to a card to make? Because I am just in the place, and I don't know if you can see it and hear it in my voice now, but I'm just like, let's live our lives. Like, let's live and not need so much validation and direction. Like, it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to make a choice. Like, oh my gosh, just live your lives. Okay. Just live your lives. Live your life. Go tomorrow. Don't look at a single reading tomorrow. When 24 hours from when you see this, besides that water baby tarot video that Miyoshi said, because she already said that. So tomorrow we will we will chill on the readings, and we will live our own lives. We will make our own decisions, and we will know that as long as we follow what's within us, and even if we don't follow that, like, things can always work around. If you mess up, if you fail, you're going to learn something. You're going to be smarter, wiser. If you take it in, if you're not, you're going to repeat it. And if you don't finish it in this life, you'll be back and you'll repeat it again. You might be a narcissist for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 lifetimes until you finally get it. If you want to play it that long, that's your soul, that's your journey. No judgment. I love you. But let's chill on the cards and the stars. I ain't doing cards or stars tomorrow. You know what? I might not even be on here tomorrow. And that's saying something now, because I've been on here quite frequently. I will not be on here tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to be living my life. So with that, I thank y'all again for being here. I don't know what that came from or where that came from at the end, but I'm just so over it. And I'll chat with y'all later. For the folks in the Discord, y'all will still hear from me. Don't worry. But for the folks on YouTube, I ain't going to be here for a few days. Like, I'm sure y'all be fine, because it ain't like I'm always on here anyway, but still, the point still stands. Live your life. Shoot. Goodness.